Or you can stand right up here.
Hurry up, one of the players.
How did we lose you?
Good morning. We'd like to welcome everybody to the 7th annual Engine 57 Memorial Tournament, and thank you all for being here. This tournament started in 2008 with 3 teams. This year we have approximately 80 teams representing 1,100 baseball players. This to us is more than a baseball tournament. It's a celebration of the 5 men we lost in the Esperanza fire. If you have a moment today after the ceremony, take a second and thank these men for the job they do every day protecting all of us. We really appreciate each and every one of you choosing to play with us this weekend. I know there's a lot of choices playing baseball, but to us, this is more than a baseball tournament. This is a chance for us to reflect on what the men meant to us, my brother being one of them, and the celebration of their life. This is what these men stood for. Competition, the outdoors, family. If you've ever seen the campground at night and see the teams picnicking and eating together, the kids playing together, it's more than just baseball here, and we thank you for that. At this time, I'd like to introduce CAL FIRE Chief Hawkins to say a few words.
Good morning. My name is John Hawkins, and I'm honored to serve as the CAL FIRE Riverside Unit, Riverside County Fire Chief. On the morning of October 26, 2006, 5 valiant firefighters lost their life trying to save a house at 15400 Gagonio View Drive. They had heart, just as every ball player in front of me here has, just as all these firefighters have. These ball players have heart because they want to make it. Every one of them wants to play in the bigs. I talked to some 18-year-olds just before we started. What are you looking at? What are you doing? They're doing the same thing our firefighters were doing. We're honored to be here today. We're honored to recognize Mark, Jess, Jason, Pablo, and Danny. And today, we want to see good competition, and just as was said earlier. And I'm going to hand it off now to Chief Dan Felix. Remember, be good, or Blue will say, take a shower.
Before we bring out Mr. Felix, I forgot a couple things. I'd like to thank Blake, but just want to play ball for helping us out for the last 7 years getting this thing off the ground. Stan Owen, CAL FIRE, same thing. It's tough to run this tournament from Nevada without these guys in California. This wouldn't happen, so thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you, Josh. I'm honored to speak for the Forest Service on behalf of all of the Forest Service and Heidi Gamboa, the Forest Fire Chief, and Arturo Delgado, our District Ranger. I'm the Division Chief on the San Jacinto. I knew these guys pretty well, and I know that they would be pretty happy that it's a tournament like this that honors them every year. Like Chief Hawkins says, it's heart. Like Josh said, it's family. These guys, the tournament's almost perfect because every one of these teams, every one of these players is trying to do their best, trying to better themselves, trying to get into the spirit of competition in the proper way. That is exactly what those guys did. They trained, they worked hard, and they had fun doing it. And it's great to honor them this way. And the best way to honor them throughout the year and throughout our lives is to do the same thing. Strive to be the best. Have fun doing it, and just live life and celebrate it, as Josh said. Thank you. Now, Please join me for a moment of silence in honor of our fallen brothers. And now if everyone would please rise and remove your hats for the presentation of the colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I get another honor and a pleasure to introduce the young lady that's going to sing the national anthem. She's the daughter of a firefighter, daughter of her mother, also works for the Forest Service, Laura Johnson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rugged red glare from spurs in our gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of love, grace.
Folks, once we're done with the ceremony, there's a table set up right behind home plate of this field with some fire prevention materials. Take the kids by and get some of that stuff. It's free stuff, let the kids see it. And also, we do have shirts, tournament shirts for sale up under the awning. I need you guys to buy those so I don't have to take them back to Nevada. Walk the hall shirts. And Smokey's gonna come out and throw out the first pitch and we'll be playing ball. 1 second.